All right, we are revisiting the story that we were actually looking at. It's a jail term of 1 year for Congress leader Navjot Singh Sidhu, and he has been obviously decided to be convicted by the Supreme Court in the 1988 road rage case. In fact, this is a big setback for Navjot Singh Sidhu, and he, however, has welcomed the verdict, and he said that he would in fact go ahead and submit to the majesty of law. Now, today's judgment is a shift from the 2018 Supreme Court verdict, where Sidhu was in fact let off with just a 1,000 rupees fine.
No comment. No comment. Legal कुछ remedies आप legal no comment. Legal remedies कुछ legal team ने consult कर
In fact, the family of the victim has welcomed the decision by the Supreme Court. Let's listen into that reaction as well.
We are satisfied with this verdict and thankful to the God.
So do you think that the way you have fought, it's a very courageous step you have taken?
Yes, we have taken that step for our father.
Also, reactions have poured in from various leaders after the judgment was announced by the Supreme Court. The opposition has hailed the top court order as justice for victims have been finally meted out. This is what the argument was. Let's listen into some of those reactions that have come in.
देखो बड़े देर दे उस परिवार इंसाफ दी गल कर रहा सी आज सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने इंसाफ किया है
ये जो कोर्ट केस का फैसला भी आया है क्योंकि जो फैमिली वहाँ गई थी उन्होंने वहाँ अपील की थी कि हमारे मुताबिक ये न्याय नहीं मिला तो अब सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने जो फैसला किया है उसके ऊपर अभी कानूनी राय लेंगे आगे और सिद्धू साहब जो बड़े कानून के वकील हैं उनके पास जाकर जो भी फैसला अब इसको चैलेंज आगे करेंगे अभी देखिए वो अपील करते हैं आगे क्या फैसला आता है ये फैसले बाद के हैं और कांग्रेस हाईकमांड के इसके ऊपर विचार करेगी जो भी फैसला हो
आज उनके अगेंस्ट जो डिसीजन आया हाई कोर्ट ने जो किया था और मेरे ख्याल उनकी 3 साल की सज़ा थी उससे कम करके 1 साल कर दी है तो जो सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने डिसीजन दिया है वही हमारी सर्वोच्च अदालत है उसको कोई चैलेंज नहीं कर सकता जो उनका डिसीजन है हम सब उसकी रिस्पेक्ट करते हैं और ऑनर करते हैं
30 साल बाद जो एक एक्सीडेंट के दौरान उन्होंने एक मुक्का मारकर किसी की जान ली जिसकी उन्होंने बाद में एक नेशनल टीवी चैनल पर जाके उसको एडमिट किया और बड़े फख्र से एडमिट किया कि फिर मैंने उसको मारा और वो जाके गिर गया और वो मर गया मुझे लगता है कि आज परिवार के लिए एक बहुत बड़ा दिन है हालांकि 1 साल की सजा ऐसे गुनाह के लिए बड़ी कम है लेकिन आज देश के लोगों को इस बात पे विश्वास है बड़ा आदमी कितना भी हो समा कितना भी लग जाए लेकिन गुनाह की सजा मिलती है
My colleague Gurpreet now joins me live on the broadcast for more inputs on this story. Gurpreet, this is a marked shift from the earlier Supreme Court order where Navjot Singh Sidhu had been let off with just 1,000 rupees as fine and now a year in jail.
Well, yes, of course, it's a very, very clear judgment from the apex court saying that there is a 1-year rigorous imprisonment to Navjot Singh Sidhu after 34 years continuously battled by the family members. Today we had talked to the family members. They say they are quite satisfied because in Punjab and Haryana High Court in 2018, in the same case, rupees 1,000 has been fined to Navjot Singh Sidhu. And after that, they had approached the apex court and they had filed a review petition. And we have seen that a reserve order had been reserved for the time being. And today there is an announcement and pronouncement by the Supreme Court where it has made it very clear 1-year rigorous imprisonment to Navjot Singh Sidhu. But if we can talk about Punjab politics, we are reporting in front of his house, Navjot Singh Sidhu, since morning. After this verdict, we have been trying to talk to Navjot Singh Sidhu. He's not speaking to any person. When we tried to contact him, he was saying no comment as of of now, so I'll request my Vijay to show inside visuals of Navjot Singh Sidhu residence, because a lot of legal experts, they are trying to mull over the judgment which has been sent, which has been given by the apex court. And at the same time, what we have learned from inside sources of Navjot Singh Sidhu residence, they say that judgment is being considered and is being discussed with the legal expert to find out if he has some remedy, then they will try to follow that remedy. At the same time, Navjot Kaur Sidhu, wife of Navjot Singh Sidhu, she has already left from Amritsar, and the family member, they are waiting for her to take a final call on this Supreme Court. And at the same time, Navjot Singh Sidhu has
Gurpreet, I
already
just want to
tweeted
understand
and
this from
saying
you,
that
because he
it's
had shown a lot of
whatever
bravado
the
after he
apex.
took to Twitter and said that he is going to bow down to the majesty of law. And of course, he is going to hail the judgment and probably respect it, because he has no other option left. But what is the next course of action really for Navjot Singh Sidhu? Because he's clearly not talking to the media, and he is obviously deliberating it with the close coterie that he has. But it is going to be a jail term indeed for him for 1 year.
Well, yes, of course. Because of that, there is no option left with Navjot Singh Sidhu. But we had a word with some of the legal experts who are close to Navjot Singh Sidhu. They say that they are going through the judgment to find out, is there any remedy left with Navjot Singh Sidhu? And if there is no remedy, definitely the local court will summon Navjot Singh Sidhu, and the local police where this case had taken place, they will come and he will surrender before them. And after that, he will be definitely put behind the bar. But now, as of now, because it is the judgment which has been given by the Supreme Court, that judgment is being viewed by all the people, all the legal experts to find out remedy. And as I already told you, wife of Navjot Singh Sidhu has already left from Amritsar. She is also consulting a lot of legal experts to find out any way out, whether they can go move any revision of this order or not. That is the first option they are previewing. They are discussing with all the legal experts. And second, that they are trying to find out any other option which is left with them. So let's see that what will come out. And as of the local administration, because we are trying to talk to local administration to find out when they are going to take action, because the order has been passed by the apex court and they are duty bound to implement all these things. So once again, I'll request my Vijay to show inside visuals, because that is very important to show our viewers at this point of time that what is happening inside. We can see that the security personnel, they are standing inside, legal experts are inside. Navjot Singh Sidhu is sitting with them to find out any remedy which is left with them, or there is no remedy. If there is no remedy, what we have learned, on Friday afternoon he will go and surrender, and then he will definitely put behind the bars. As of now, there is no option left with Navjot Singh Sidhu. But yes, of course, legal experts say that they are trying to find out how they can see if there is any option, they can go for any petition against this order. And if there is no petition, they can file against this order. After that, definitely he will have no option. He will surrender before the court, or maybe the local police will come and take him to the Patiala jail. And that will be happening once the whole procedure which is supposed to be followed by the local court as well as the local police, and after that the whole process will be completed. Back to studio.
All right, Gurpreet, thank you so much for joining us. Big setback there for Navjot Singh Sidhu, as a year jail term has been given as a sentence by the Supreme Court in the 1988 hit and run case. This is something that Navjot Singh Sidhu has to deal with. He is deliberating with his close ones on what his next course of action is going to be.